Okay. Alrighty, let's just see. Let's see if we can keep this up. Okay. Come on, let's go. Alright, let me just fix this. Okay. Rich. Okay, guys, this, for anybody who doesn't want to watch about fingernails or whatever right now, I would suggest skipping this, because this is to do with gel nails. And a lot of you probably don't know this, as I used to do, I still do, but I used to do gel nails before I did the Bath & Body products, which is sort of a very contradictory thing when you think about it, because we all know that nail products are usually not very natural. There's a lot of chemicals involved. But all my life, my mother has had these gorgeous, beautiful long nails, and I always wanted my nails to grow. And the only time my nails were ever long when I was about 9 years old, and then I got the nervous habit and started biting them and picking them and whatever. So anyways, now my nails finally do grow. But anybody who knows that you work with making bath products, there's a lot of chemicals. And it's not so much the chemicals, because you're usually wearing gloves and whatnot, but bath bombs in particular, if you're working with like citric acid or even the baking soda, it can be very abrasive, especially when you're in there with your hands doing the mixing and stuff. So for the most part, I wear gloves. But the other thing that I do is I usually will gel my nails. And I don't, when I say gel my nails, I did and have made them so that they're like fake nails. But lately I've been lucky enough that my nails are actually, actually growing. So I will just coat them with gel. And when I say, coat them with gel, there's many different things. You can do just a top coat. You can design them. You can do whatever. You can even, if you had short nails, you could even make them yourself. And I've done that. When I do that, I have these little nail forms like this. I also have nail forms that are like the stickers. I do have them to show you right here. So I'm telling you right now, too, this isn't going to be a very short video, so just be prepared. These are the other nail forms, and I'll just show you, because I'm not going to be needing them, because my nails are long, like I said. But the nail forms, you have many different styles. But, whoa, the nail forms basically is like this. You pop the little middle piece out, and depending on how it would fit into your fingernail, normally you roll it to fit on your finger. You put this little tabby piece underneath to, so it doesn't stick to your finger. And if your nails were really short and flat, you would put this little piece in there and line it up with your nails. But since my nails are long, if I was doing this and, say, forming my nail, just for demonstration purposes, I would put this on my nail like so. And you would line it up to fit with, like, say, your nail. You pinch it. It works with acrylic as well, which I also do acrylic, but I do find I like gel. It's a little bit easier on your fingers. So anyways, you would do that, and then you would build up your nail. But I don't need these right now because, like I said, these are my nails. But what happened, right now they're okay, but what happened is, if you can see the corners of my thumbs, which you probably can't so good, right there, you see my nail underneath it. But I was picking something, and usually like with the labels and, because my labels like this, they're not super easy to get off the sticky paper sometimes because there's no lines in them, so you literally have to go like this. And I find I'm using my thumbnails a lot picking. But anyway, so what happened was, I peeled off the corners of the gel. So I do have to refix these. So, since you guys asked, or I was asked by one particular person, how do I keep my nails from being ruined with working all the bath products, is, 1A, usually wear gloves. But for the odd times when you're not wearing gloves, because I like to mix with my bare hands sometimes, I have my nails coated in gel. And it's virtually almost indestructible. So, for this note right now, I have to redo the tips of my fingers, so I do need a better file for this right now. So I'm going to make my nail very rough at the ends and wherever I have to re-gel, and I will do this carefully and quickly as possible. And yes, I do sanitize, alcohol my fingers, my tools. Most of my nail files are new. These are actually mine, so I'm reusing the files. But if I was doing another person, they would get their own nail file. But I do have this right there. It's like a sanitary spray, but you always spray it on your fingernails. I've got the cleanser plus. I've got the dehydrator, which you use before you put stuff on. It's just sort of a whole process. I've got a gazillion different grades, or whatever you want to call it, of files, as well as sanding blocks. It's just everything that you need to fix your nails. So in this case, I'm going to fix both thumbs. It's always harder for me to do my right hand. Even though I'm ambidextrous, I still find it is a little bit more difficult to do this hand because I do use my right hand more often than my left. And normally when you're doing this, you're not, like if there was no gel on my fingernails right now, I wouldn't be buffing the crap out of my fingernail. All you would do is take one of these, and it's just to remove the natural oil and the natural shine from your fingernail, okay? You don't want to kill your fingernail, and I've seen so many people, like, literally take their nails and just beat the crap out of it. And you don't want that, because when your gel does come off, your fingernails are going to be so thin that it's like, oh, it's such a sad thing. Like, seriously. So I don't have to do a lot. Like I said, I'm just fixing the tips. So in that case, I will fix. I'm going to sand them both, but I'll probably only show you me fixing the one.
Message.
Hello. Sorry, it was the message. I'm not going to read all my messages in public. It's private. Also, like I said, if I hadn't had a gel on it, there's a ton of things you're supposed to do, and you do beforehand. You would spray your hands with the sanitizer, wipe them, rinse them. You know, you have your little cloths with your gel cleanser brush. You wipe off your nails, which I still will be doing. You'll see me do that. And I have cuticle cream, as well as I make my own. Oh, my pusher's not in here. And then you push back your cuticles and everything like that, because you don't want the gel to stick to your skin. That is the last thing you want, is to have it stick to your skin. And also, you make sure that there's no little hangy pieces of skin, because if the gel comes in contact with anything that's not nail related, they will lift. And then you're going to have to go get them done again, or redo them yourself, depending on, you know, how you get your nails done. But I'm just going to try to do this quickly, just to show you how I do it and why they stay like they are. So I'm taking the shine off this one, because I don't need to take a lot of gel off. I'm just going to get this one ready. I'm not doing this one in front of you. I'm going to do this one in front of you. So actually, maybe we'll just get this one ready. And I'll show you what I mean. And I've done this lots of times too, if I want to. Oh, awesome. Okay, thank you. What was I saying? Oh yeah, lots of times if I've already had my nails coated with gel, just for like strength and purposes, a lot of times I will just sand off, like see how I have red on these ones? A lot of times I will just sand off the color, just down to thinner, and then I will just go and do a different design or something, just to kind of change it up with the seasons, or, you know, or my moods, or whatever. Just one of those things. I think this one might have to go down a bit more, I'm not sure. Yep, I think we'll just use a bit of this one for a sec. And I'm sorry, like I said, if you guys don't want to watch this, just skip past this video and go on to the bath bombs, because I know this is supposed to be a bath and body channel and whatever, but you know what? I talk about other things in my life, so, and this was requested, so I'm just doing what people ask. Okay, so I'm not going to do the whole thing, but I can't have any... You see there's a bit of shiny? You don't want any shiny spots because the gel will not stick. Okay, so that's done. I'm going to spray some on me, and I should put it on my hands so we don't want any contamination. And then we will take this, which is the Cleanser Plus. It's also, it removes the excess gel when you're done, so. Okay, so now, you can see the part that I have to fix, I think. Can you see that? Right all up there. So basically, I'm going to have to do the whole tip of my nail again, and that does not look like it's down far enough. Oh, see what happened? Look at that. I filed so that it's so thin, the piece is actually coming off. And you can't have any loose pieces on your nails because then it definitely won't stick. So that means I have to get that off. Alright, give me a second, that's gotta come off too. You can't gel over that, it's just not gonna work. That would be a waste of time and a waste of product. And I don't feel like redoing it again. So the trick is to do it right the first time, and then you don't have to keep redoing it. How are we? Just a little bit of lifting. Okay, so we get rid of that. Let's go for a little higher grit here. Sorry if you guys can hear noise upstairs. It's just the family home. It's Saturday. I think that's good. Nope, there's a little piece left there. Like I said, you want it all off, so. Okay, and we wipe off the excess dust. Alright, and normally I would go in here with some clear first. I don't know if I'm going to have to do that. I'm going to have to sit up so you guys can see what I'm doing a little bit. Yeah, normally I would put clear on there first. Which I should do, but I don't think I'm going to do. So what that might mean is I might have to redo it again. But normally, like I said, you should have clear on there beforehand. You know what? I'm going to have to. Alright, we're going to put a little tiny bit of clear on first. Just a tiny bit. I've got my gel light right here, my UV light. My little curing lamp. Got my clear gel. Move my stuff out of the way. And actually, we're going to prime and prep just to make sure any part of the nail that's showing is actually dehydrated properly so that I'm not wasting any time or product. Alrighty. I don't need a lot of gel. Just gonna do a teeny tiny bit, make sure my light's ready. So, I think I will have to use this to show you guys. So I just take a teeny tiny bit of gel, and I fill in the hole where it was, because it is lower than the rest. And then I will do the whole entire nail, just to make sure that we got something to stick to. Lighting sucks down here. I do need a bit more. I like this. There's different kinds of gel you can get as well. There is builder gel, there's self-leveling gel. There's all kinds, so just remember that depending on what you're doing. And not that I'm trying to turn this channel into a nail channel. Get out of here, fly. There's a fly walking on my camera. That was a bit too much. The trick is, though, you don't want to have to sand off a lot of the gel because that defeats the purpose. And you always check for levels. Yeah, and there's a big bubble in the middle where I missed. What do you know? It helps to have really good lighting so you can see what you're doing. Okay. And if you're working under fluorescent lights, I'm going to tell you this right now. Keep the lids on your gels because the lights will cook it. So anyways, I'm turning on my light, putting in my thumb, I'm not going to do the full cure because I'm just getting it cured and tacky so I can do the color. And that reminds me, for the color, I don't think I'm going to be using a brush. I usually use this little tool right here. You can see that. It's just like a dotting tool. There's other names for them, but I just use this for the color and I spread it around nice and easy, even. I'm going to be using the same color because I'm just fixing it. I'm not redoing it. Okay, and then she's good for that. Go get my rust red. It's so pretty. Pearl collection, I have to say. I don't know if you guys can see that without me spilling it. You see that? It's pretty, eh? So I basically, normally you would have to mix these because they sit for a while and all the pearl parts shrink, so this one was just used a couple days ago, so I'm only going to have to just mix it a little bit. And basically, there's the gel, and there's the hole, which is not really a hole anymore. It's a little bit lighter or lower than the rest. Filled in. See that? It's as smooth as the rest. You can't even tell. I don't know if you guys can see it very good, but you can't even tell. So, cure that up. I need to wipe this off. Where's my cloth? It's hard to do with one hand sometimes. Okay, so that's that for the color. I am not taking off the tacky layer because I'm going to be putting a top coat, and then I'll take the tacky layer off. And I'm not going to use this gel for the top coat. I'm actually going to use the proper top coat. If I can get it open with one hand. All this stuff can be found on eBay, by the way. Just check the seller's feedback, and I can't get this off. Check the seller's feedback and what people say about this product. You know, if it's shipped and it's spilt everywhere or however, whatever. Check all that, because a lot of times there's a lot of copycat sellers on eBay I've found, and their products are like not, just the quality's just not there. So, and if you're unsure, definitely ask them, because I've gotten nail products that were absolutely disgusting. Expecting to get a full thing. By the way, I like the Lena. I love the Lena cleanser stuff. I don't like their gels. I have never had a time yet where I've used their gels and not burnt my fingers in the light. So that's just something to look forward to. No. You want one that cures under low heat, low light, whatever. The best ones I have now are the LED ones, which means you'd have to get a new curing lamp. But some of the gels, they actually do cure under LED or UV, so that's good too. Okay, so that's done. Now we just do the top. I love their top coats too. That's the other thing I love by Lena. But I'm not too fond of their gels. If you don't, the trick is you have to put them on so thin, and it takes forever. I like the builder gels. They just seem to work better. So anyways, we're just going to top coat and make sure you get everything on this boy, including the tips, and sometimes you can go underneath. It's okay. Just make sure you get the edges, because if you have any exposed spots, then it will lift up. And then you start all over again, and you'll have to do what I just did. And that is no fun. I know a lot of times, too, if you want a really just a great clear nail polish, these are great for that. Okay, so in the light she goes, because she's done. Keep this away from the light. Let me just let it cure for the full, I believe it's 3 minutes, or 120, whatever. Time. It's got 2 timer settings, so And you can leave it on infinity too. I wanted to show you guys this. I absolutely love this. I'm not going to do this right now. But this is a nail piercing tool. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of one of these. I don't know if I can get it out. Yeah, one hand you have to improvise. This is what a nail piercing tool looks like. And I know you don't see the thing, but watch. I will turn it around. You open it up. Okay. And then, inside, the part that was inside has a little screw, or a drill bit. So you put it in your, oops, if I can do it, back in the handle. There's one annoying fly here that I'm going to flip out. Anyways, you put it back in the handle, and this is this little bit right there at the end. You would put on your fingernail, wherever you want to do it, and you turn. It does a little tiny hole in your nail, and you can put on the nail dangles. It's actually jewelry, so you're actually basically piercing your nail. And it's best to do it, by the way, with the gel nails, because it'll make your nails that much stronger. You don't have to worry about it ripping out and killing your fingernail, leaving you with a hole. This is very hard to do with one hand. I can't, well, just because I was turning the wrong way. Haha, makes a difference. Tighty-righty, lefty-loosey. Got it. So anyways, yeah, it's a cute little thing. They're not expensive. But I got some really neat, pure, what were they, 14 or 24 karat gold little piercings. And I thought, yeah, those would be cute. But you can't wear that stuff when you're doing bath bombs. It just doesn't work. So anyways, there's the top coat. And yes, it's got left a tiny bit of a sticky residue, which is just whatever gel did not cure, which always happens. And then you use your, go over it. All over where you put the gel. And it's done. There's no need to file the top of it or anything. I should and will file along the edges, because sometimes the gel kind of strips down a bit and gets stuck to your fingers, which feels awful, because it's not a builder gel. But anyways, that's why my nails last, just in case after all this. That's why they last, because I use mostly gloves, and because I gel top coat, or gel my nails. I don't fully gel, like they're not fake gelled nails. They're my nails done in gel, if that makes sense. But you can, and they will last if you do it the other way too. But just, when they start getting too long, make sure you go in for a fill, or trim them back, because it'll happen like what happened to me in that video where I was mixing, and it was so long and so gel heavy down here that when I was mixing it bent. Oh god, it hurt so bad. But yes, so you can have nice nails and still do bath bombs, and no problem. So I hope that kind of helps. And I know this wasn't bath bomb related technically, but I guess partly it was, because you asked about how you keep your nails nice when you work with Bath and Body stuff. Chemicals and whatnot you shouldn't be touching with your bare hands anyways, so gloves, please. Definitely a must to put gloves on. And as far as bath bombs, well, we know that they're gentle. It's just the abrasive properties of the powders and the mixes that you have in them that can wear off your nail polish. And it can scratch your actual normal nails too. But like I said, with the gel, I've never really had a problem. You may find, like if you see by looking at my nails now, like I just did this one, and you see how shiny it is. But you look at my other nails and you'll see they're not quite as shiny. Like if I could show you the difference. Oh, look at that. But there's a difference in shine. That's just natural from natural wear, but probably from the bit of the abrasiveness too. So if you wanted to, you can always just go back in once in a while, once every 2 weeks or whatever, and just do a retop coat, and they should be fine. And that's what I do. So now you have your answer. Thanks for watching.